Is it time to create something different with your life and your body? Right Body for You will inspire you and invite you to a different way of creating the body and the life you truly desire. Ready? Let's go. Here's your host, Donnielle.
Hi. Welcome to Right Body for You. I am your host, Donnielle. And you guys, sometimes the opening just cracks me up because I hear that. It's like, are you ready? And I'm like, oh, crap, is he talking to me? Am I ready? Am I ready for the show? Welcome to my head, you guys. It's a playground sometimes, trust me. But welcome to Right Body for You. I am your ever serious host, Donnielle. I know, liar. Like last week we were talking about when the energy matches the words, and being a serious host doesn't match the energy. Well, that's just because you're aware. You are right. But I am grateful. Anytime you guys take the time to explore these things with me, these possibilities, these opportunities, the universe, your body, what else is possible when you are including your body in your life, and what else is possible when you include your life with your body. It's really fun to explore these things each week. And what's fun, if you haven't checked out the archive, or you're listening to this on the archive, after you listen to the show, check out the rest of them. I have over 2 years worth of radio shows on various topics about your life and your body, and do check it out. You know, my history with radio is very long. I may have been doing this show for over 2 years. This is my second radio show. 3 years. Sorry, Christine, my producer, says it's been 3 years. Holy crap. Well, there you go. Hey, do we know the exact date of that? I think it is this August or September. Christine's on it. She's right that way. And I did another radio show called Access the Magic with my mama for 4 years. And then before that, trust me, I helped my mother with her health talk radio show for 27 years. So radio, not my first go around, you guys. I love it. I love being able to explore this with you guys each week, to be able to give you some immediate tools to help you change and shift everything and really explore this. Because whether you're with me in the classroom or you're with me on the radio show, you provide information, you provide that energy to help shift and clear these things, you guys. It's just simply amazing. So thank you for listening now, in the past, in the present, or the future. Whenever it is, I am so truly grateful that you take the time out to explore all of these possibilities with me. Because, you know, I used to take my body for granted. I admit it. I used to take my body for granted. I used to not only take it for granted, but hated that I had a body. You guys, if you listen to any of my shows, you've heard me say this. Oh, I hated the fact that I had a body. Well, it's just true. You know, I really wanted to do away with it. I didn't want to die. Therein was the complication, right? I didn't want to die, but I didn't necessarily want a body. I wanted my consciousness. I wanted to be able to interact with people, but I didn't actually want my body. And so where did that lead me? It pretty much left me screwed, honestly, and not in a fun way. Sorry. We'll keep it PG. Yeah, right. But really, it left me in a place of cutting off my awareness, cutting off my possibilities, cutting off the energy that was available, cutting off being able actually to change my body, change my life. Because here's the thing, you cut off, it's like, well, I'm only cutting off my body. Everything else I'm willing to be aware of. Sorry, folks. One thing I know about energy is it doesn't have those thick, strict walls. You know, it's not like, oh, everything behind there is okay. No, all these walls have holes in them, like massive holes. It's like a cheese grater, so many holes. And the energy moves back and forth. And so if you're limiting, like, oh, I only don't pay attention to my body, sorry, you're actually cutting off awareness in other places and parts as well. Okay, it's never just one or the other. And so this is some of what we explore and why we're always talking about that you include your life, your body changes, include your body, your life changes, is because if you're willing to be vulnerable and aware of everything, you truly are aware of everything. And so it's not just like, I only limit myself in this corner. I have the rest of the room. Sorry, actually, it doesn't work that way. You limit yourself in the whole room, not just the corner. Okay? And for me, that corner that I was trying to limit myself in was my body, you guys. It was that place where I was like, it was the bane of my existence, the weakness, the part that had to go away, the part that I hated, the part that, I found least valuable in my life. Anybody else ever do anything like that? Yeah, exactly. And so when I first started taking Right Body for You and Access Consciousness classes, they had this whole concept of your body's communicating with you. Your body can tell you what's going on for it, for other people, for the earth, for animals, or just, energy in general. And I'm like, the freak are you talking about? It's like, my body communicates? What do you mean my body communicates? Are you kidding? My body doesn't communicate? What do you mean? I have a body? I brush its teeth. That's about all I do. But what do you mean body communicates? And so, of course, being the insane overachiever I am, I tried to take it to an extreme. I tried to take it to a place of impossibility realm to prove that it didn't work. Anybody else ever do that? It's like, oh, you tell me this is a possibility, you tell me this could work, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to like honest, people who snow ski, you can work up varying degrees of the mountains, right? And like the bunny hill, or there's like the death hill, whatever. And so it's like, how often do we do things? People tell us this is a possibility, this can change. And we go, oh yeah, I'm going to take it. Oh, I know I was just introduced to snow skiing, but I'm going to go on the death hill. And that way, when I kill myself or it doesn't work, I'm going to be able to prove to you and show you that what you just said is full of crap. Anybody else ever do that? So I did that too. When we were first talking about this stuff, communication with the body, I'm like, what the freak are you talking about? I'm like, okay, all right, fine, body, tell me. Oh gosh, I can't remember what it was, but it was something really extreme. It was like, body, tell me the lottery numbers, right? Which is just such a loaded question, because first of all, your body doesn't necessarily always communicate with like numbers like that, right? And then second, your body doesn't. And then if you have the point of view that you won't win the lottery numbers, then you won't allow the awareness anyways. And then if you were like me at the time and living in Utah, we don't even have the lottery. Hello. It's like, how much more loaded, how much more loaded could that question get? Very loaded. Okay. And so what I'm asking you to do with this is, because your body's communicating with you, plain and simple. It is. It is. I know you tried to ignore it, but you can't completely ignore it. Because if you completely ignored it, completely separated, then you know what? You wouldn't be here. When an infinite being is truly separated from a body, the body looks different, okay? Which is actually one of the first things I get to. Because so today is 5 tips for knowing how your body is communicating with you. And you guys, I'm taking you to a place of obvious communication. And why I'm asking you to do these obvious communications is to build on it, okay? So many of us try to jump off the cliff without first building that bridge. And acknowledging where we're functioning from now actually helps us to build that bridge so that we can actually get to where we're going instead of just, splat, which is where so many of us like to function from. Is it possible to jump off a cliff, sprout wings, and fly? Absolutely. And how many of us actually believe that is possible? How many of us actually are willing to sprout those wings? And what if acknowledging where you're functioning now actually helps you to sprout those wings? Okay? And so, honestly, today, the very first way to recognize that your body is communicating with you is your breathing. I'm sorry, it's true. If you're breathing, you're communicating with your body, okay? Yes, we can take it to a very structural level of, oxygen moving in and out and things like that. But if you're breathing, and I'm not talking about asthma problems or things like that, but if you're breathing, you're with your body. Your body is communicating to you. You're making a choice still to be here, okay? Do you guys get that? When you wake up in the morning, you've made a choice to be here. You're breathing. You're telling your body you're still willing to play, okay? And yes, those out there in the science go, well, your body does it automatically. True, but doesn't that mean that what if it's your infinite being that's actually putting that into motion? Okay? Really, it's like, I know it seems simplistic, and it is, but is it really? Okay? If you're breathing, your body's communicating with you. Plain and simple. Okay? I know, seems simple. It is. It can be. We really get that. What if it is the infinite being who's asking the body to do it and the body complies? I know, it's kind of a head twister of a question, isn't it? Okay, and my producer's like, awesome, I'm breathing. It is true. You're breathing. Congratulations. You're communicating with your body. You're making a choice to be here. Because that's the other thing. You're making a choice to be here. I know some people will wake up in the morning and be like, oh, this is such a horrible place, or why would I choose to be here, blah, blah, blah. We don't have all the awareness of that yet, but trust me, you woke up in the morning, you made a choice to be here. There must be something still that you're looking for, you're achieving, you're creating, you're generating. You woke up in the morning, you're here. Okay? So you're breathing, you're communicating. All right. Number 2, you're hungry. Anybody ever been hungry? I know. Again, you're sitting there going, I've heard these. Well, no, you've heard them, but have you acknowledged them? Okay? When you do this from this place of acknowledging it for what it is, you really start to see, because we take these things for granted, okay? We take the fact that we're breathing for granted. I know people that are like, I don't take it for granted. But what I'm saying is we don't acknowledge the potency in it, the communication in it, what's actually going on with it. And so we think there is more that we have to build when we've actually already built so much, okay? And so when the first 2 tips are you're breathing and that you've ever been hungry, don't dismiss the potency in acknowledging these 2 things, that it is actually communication with your body. Because it seems simple. Well, of course I know my body's hungry. My stomach growls, or my blood sugar drops, or I get a headache, or, whatever it could be. I have empty feeling, in my stomach. But this is so much of a perfect example of what we tend to dismiss. It's not big enough. It's not grandiose enough. It's something. It's daily. It's daily. I get hungry every day. I'm breathing every day. What's the big deal about that? Why should I acknowledge anything about that? There's no potency in that. That just happens. Well, just because it is something that goes on every day, where does it be less magical? Where does it be less of a miraculous thing? Where does it be less of magic or potency or anything like that, you guys? See, with these first 2 tips, when I'm talking about you're breathing and you're hungry, acknowledge the communication that you do so that other possibilities present themselves. Okay? And just like we were talking about last week about knowledge and the energy, this is what I'm talking about this week as well. If you're willing to acknowledge the energy, acknowledge where you're already communicating, you show up stronger now. Okay? I know, big topic, and right before the break. All right, so we are going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about how the potency of acknowledging helps you show up stronger. Okay? All right, this is Donnielle. I had to think of my name. That's pretty funny. This is Donnielle. You're listening to Right Body for You on Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be right back.
The life and the body you secretly hope for is possible. Somewhere you know that, right? What if creating that body and life is not about deprivation and sacrifice? Would you be willing to choose it? What if it could be as simple as changing how you look at things? Right Body for You with Donnielle is a different kind of radio show. Each week, Donnielle invites you to you. She shares simple tools that you can use immediately to create changes in your body and your life. Something different begins now. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
When you're pondering the big questions like, is there more than this? How can I have a happy relationship? What would it take to like my body? And how do I make more money? Where do you go for information and tools? Check out the online store at accessconsciousness.com. Accessconsciousness.com has books, DVDs, instant video and audio downloads, online classes, and so much more. Subjects include abuse, changing your body, recovery, raising children, business techniques, tools to generate more money, how to have better sex and healthier relationships, just to name a few. At accessconsciousness.com, you can also find facilitators who teach local classes on a variety of subjects. Accessconsciousness.com, your one-stop shop for tools to assist you in changing your life. All of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. Go to accessconsciousness.com to learn more.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call toll-free in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8736. Or you can Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. If you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. This is Donnielle. Thank you for listening today, in the past, in the present, or in the future. Whenever you're taking time, I know time isn't real, and thank you for taking the time to join in with me in exploring the possibilities out there in the world, okay, with your body, with your life, and everything in between. And if you have fun exploring this stuff with me, please do consider joining me all of September. It would be so much fun. Join me in Vienna for a 3-day body class, and then come with me to Edmonton, Canada, and do a Right Body for You workshop, and then go from there to New Orleans, Louisiana, French Quarter, for the first ever Right Body for You Tools in Action, where we put a practical use and application of the Right Body for You tools. This isn't a classroom, this is life. I've devised a series of activities and excursions to help you really build that, the use of the tools and communication with your body. As we're talking about, communication with our body in this radio show today, during the Right Body for You workshop, I present you guys so many tools. You get a manual, and a lot of people then go, all right, but how do I use this every day? And so I wanted, and how, and they want to be with them. And so this is how we came up with this Right Body for You Tools in Action, is so that we could actually use the tools together, and I can help you get some clarity and depth to the tools so you can go out and use them every day. So you can go to Donnielle.com, DONNIELLE.com, to check that all out and to register and come play with me all in September. It should be a fun lineup. I can't wait, you guys. All right, so today we're talking about 5 ways to know your body is communicating with you. Okay, number 1 was your breathing. Number 2 is you're hungry. Anybody else ever felt that sensation of being hungry? However it shows up, right? Yeah, you felt that. So why am I talking about 5 ways to know your body is communicating with you, and one of them is breathing, and one of them is hungry? Well, because how often do we make unimportant or or dismiss things that occur every day, things that we're so good at, things that we have an ease with. And so because we have an ease with it, because we're so good at it, because it happens every day, we're like, oh, well, it's no big deal. You guys, what we consider simple things like our body telling us we're hungry is amazing. Okay? It's absolutely freaking amazing, that communication that goes on with your body. I mean, just to be able to process oxygen, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And for your body to be able to tell you that it's hungry is freaking amazing. And then the other side of that, for you to actually receive it. Okay? So don't dismiss something because it seems simple. Don't dismiss something because you have an ease with it, or because it occurs every day. It doesn't make it less potent, less cool, less amazing. All it means is that you've already built on that so dynamically. And this is what the part I really want to get to, you guys, is these are very, what this reality would like to call beginner blocks. But you know what? They're the foundation of where you're creating everything else, the rest of the communication. So when you acknowledge the potency and the ease and the strength in these foundational blocks of communication with your body, then from there you actually go, okay, so I'm not as screwed as I thought I was. I'm not as far behind as I thought I was. Wait, I do communicate with my body every day. Oh, and you know what? It can be kind of easy because we do this so often. We try to make it hard. We really do. We're cute that way. We try to make it hard. We try to make it difficult. We're trying to create something that, no pain, no gain. And so we're trying to make this communication with our bodies more difficult because we're just cute that way. Okay? And so when we acknowledge these quote unquote beginning, or as I like to call, foundational blocks, we have so much more to go from there, whatever. You guys see where I'm going with that. Okay. So here's number 3. Okay. You ever been hot or cold? Okay. So number 3 is actually you have a physical sensation. Okay. Have you ever been hot or cold? Hey, I was last night, went to bed, it was freezing in the middle of the night. It was so hot, I was throwing the sheet off, right? So it's like, yeah, how did I know to throw off the sheet? Did my body do it automatically, or did I do it with my body? I actually did it with my body. And how did I know that? How did I know that my body was freezing last night and then hot in the middle of the night? It's because my body was actually telling me, and I was listening. Okay? That's the other side of this you got to acknowledge, is it's not just that that your body is talking to you, absolutely, yeah, but it's also that you are listening, that you're receiving, that you're processing. And again, just because it's something, it was like, well, hello, duh, it's obvious when I'm cold. It's obvious when my body's hot. Does that make the communication any less amazing? No. acknowledge these foundational blocks, and more will occur, more will be created. Okay? So when you have a physical sensation, you've been hot, you've been cold, your body knows, it tells you, you do something, and it's like, well, I don't think about it. I just do it. If my body's cold, I put on a coat. I put on a jacket. I get a blanket out. I don't think about it. I don't go, oh, my body's telling me it's cold. I need a blanket. It's just I go get a freaking blanket. Well, yeah. And this is what all of, the next book I have coming out is on communication with the body, and all these radio programs, the Right Body for You workshops, all of this stuff is actually is getting you to the speed and space and place of the question, of being in that oneness communion, that conversation with your body so quickly, so dynamically, that there isn't necessarily a thinking process about it. It's that place where when you're eating something and your body lets you know it's done, you put the fork down. It's not always a cognitive thing, it's an energetic thing, okay? And so when you start to acknowledge all the places energetically that you already do this communication instantaneously beyond thought, you start to, first off, acknowledge that it is possible. Second is that you're already doing it. It's possible, you're already doing it, and that it's kind of maybe fun and easy and not quite what we thought it was. Because I know when I first started talking to people about communication with the body, they kind of do a freak out. They kind of do well, I don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. It's like, so cool. If you're willing to look at these things, it's something to build upon. Okay? So if you're breathing, if you're hungry, if you have a physical sensation, then from there, what else is possible? It's like, because like I said, you do this. Well, I'm not thinking about if my body is cold. It's not like, I don't sit there and go, my body's cold. My body's telling me it's cold because it's shivering. Maybe I should go get body. Do you want a blanket? It's like, no, we just go do it. Because that communication is so instantaneous, that energy is already so present, and we're comfortable with it, and we acknowledge it and be present with it, that we go from there. Okay, we're going to take our next quick little break. When we come back, we have number 4, we have number 5, and also I'm going to talk a little bit about, in the description of the show, this last sentence that said, are you willing? We're going to explore that a little bit more, because I know that's a place where some people go, excuse me? Excuse me? What do you mean, am I willing? Of course I'm willing. Are ya? All right. We're going to talk about that and number 4 and number 5 when we come back. All right? This is Donnielle. You're listening to Right Body for You, and we are on Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be right back.
The life and the body you secretly hope for is possible. Somewhere you know that, right? What if creating that body and life is not about deprivation and sacrifice? Would you be willing to choose it? What if it could be as simple as changing how you look at things? Right Body for You with Donnielle is a different kind of radio show. Each week, Donnielle invites you to you. She shares simple tools that you can use immediately to create changes in your body and your life. Something different begins now. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
What if there's nothing wrong with you? What if you're far greater than you've ever given yourself credit for? What if it's time to know the gift and the contribution you are to the world, and to like yourself a lot more? Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. Asking questions opens doors to infinite possibilities. And it's not about finding the answer. It's about being the question. Always. What I'm inviting you to step into is something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Newton, Da Vinci, Gandhi, Picasso, and Aristotle all knew to be true. What if no question is too big or too small? What if anything is possible for you? What if together we could create a kinder, gentler, happier world? Is now the time? Go to beingyouclass.com and sign up for a free video series, My Gift to You. beingyouclass.com. What if you, truly being you, are the gift and change this world requires? beingyouclass.com.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call toll-free in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8736. Or you can Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. If you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. I am your host, Donnielle. Thank you for joining me today, in the past, in the present, and in the future, whenever you're listening to the show and exploring these topics of possibility with me for your body and your life. How can communicating with your body change your life? Oh, how much time do you have? I can talk about that for a very long time. As a matter of fact, this article that I'm working on, or works on, is the 5 tips for communicating with your body, or that your body's communicating with you. Woohoo! And I'm writing the book, right? It should be out the beginning of next year. That your body's talking, are you listening? And it's all about communication with the body. So trust me, I can talk about communication with the body for a long time. So thank you for exploring this with me today. Okay, so number 4. Have you ever had a pain or been uncomfortable? Okay, so what is this? 5 ways to know your body is communicating with you. Number 1, you're breathing. Number 2, you're hungry. Number 3, you have a physical sensation. And number 4 is, have you been in pain or have you been uncomfortable? Okay. What if being uncomfortable or in pain isn't the wrongness that we've been told it is? Okay. What if it's an awareness? What if it's a communication with your body? What if it is something that so many times we have a pain in our body and we go, oh my gosh, there's something wrong with my body. I need to go to a doctor. I need to take a pill. I need to do something. I need to be, because if anything is going on, obviously there's a wrongness there. What if you're just aware? Okay. What if it's that place where you are so aware that it shows up as an intensity and our body's communicating it to us as what we would call a pain in this reality? Okay. I know. This one kind of makes me go like, oh, the pain isn't fun. I'm not saying it is fun. Okay. And sometimes it's just being uncomfortable. Sometimes it's just an awareness of what your body is requiring and what your body is telling you that could be going on for the planet or somebody else. And sometimes it's just an energy. And when I mean uncomfortable, it's like, it's not only just physical pain. It's like, have you ever been uncomfortable too? It's like, have you ever been in the room or met somebody and you're like, they just make me uncomfortable? Well, yeah, what do they want from you? What are they projecting at you? Or what is in the universe that makes you uncomfortable? You know, because have you ever been, like, I've been around some people and everybody's like, oh my gosh, they're so nice, they're so amazing. And I'm like, they make me uncomfortable. Is because I'm not willing to receive the niceness, or I'm aware of something in their universe? Because there's been a couple of times I've been like, oh my God, the people are like, oh my gosh, they're so amazing. And I'm like, I'm uncomfortable around them. And then a couple of years later, they're like, oh my gosh, they were so mean, they were hiding this. It's like, oh, that's what that uncomfortableness was about, was I was aware of something, okay? Oh, and look, all of this, what we're talking about is actually, what is that? Oh yeah, communication from the body. Because communication with the universe comes in so many different ways. And your body is one of the greatest ways of that. It's a great tool of awareness if we're willing to listen to it, okay? So a lot of times with communication with the body, it does come in that physical sensation, that hot, that cold, that pain, that uncomfortableness, okay? a lot of times this is how it comes up. And so when next time you have a pain, instead of going, oh my gosh, my elbow hurts, go, oh, body, what are you telling me? What am I aware of? Because your body will give you information constantly. It does. And if we don't listen to it, if we're not building on these foundational blocks, it can get more intense, more intense, more intense, more intense, until it is what we call pain. Okay? Pain is the body's last attempt at communication with you. It's that proverbial energetic 2x4 upside the head. And I just went off on a scroll in my head of like, where did that expression come from? 2x4 up here across your head. Anybody knows? Let me know. I'm always fascinated. And so you then see, like the first three, you're hungry, you have hot or cold, or you're breathing. When you acknowledge the potency and the communication in that, from there, when things show up as a physical pain, if you're acknowledging the communication you already have with your body, it can actually help and shift and change and release this pain that we're calling this reality, because we're already more willing to acknowledge that we're communicating with the body and that it looks different and how it can be. And so what if 50 to 100% of the pain, suffering, disease in your body never belonged to you, but was an awareness of somebody else, something else, some other energy presence, but we've claimed it as pain and therefore created it. Okay? And so when you acknowledge the things like you're breathing, you're hungry, and you have physical sensation, hot or cold, or, I'm rubbing my arm right now, it's a definite physical sensation, and it's a communication with your body, how much more willing are you to explore the possibility that the pain isn't something that's wrong with your body, but that pain can be a communication from your body about not only what's going on for it, because sometimes, the pain's yours. You stubbed your toe. Communication from your body that your freaking toe hurts, right? But sometimes you get a pain in your toe and you didn't stub it, you didn't step on it, you didn't have the wrong shoes. It's just something's going on, and it's giving you the information that way, okay? So it sounds simplistic, but it's really not. If you acknowledge the communication in your breathing, acknowledge the communication in your hungry, and that the hot and cold sensations, then when you come to things like a pain or being uncomfortable, you've already built on the possibility of communication with your body so that you can actually receive the information in a different way with the pain. Things can shift and change. Kind of fun, you guys, when you look at it from that way. Okay? All right, so number 5 is, you ready for this one? It's one of my favorites. You fidget. I know, I can hear some heads going, that is so not where I thought you were going with this one. I know, I get it. Just when you think I'm going to zig, I zag. But you fidget. I don't know about you, but has anybody ever had a hard time sitting still? Yeah. Or I twist my hair. You guys have been in the class with me for 10 seconds? You've seen me twist my hair. Anybody bounce their foot up and down? And not just as a kid, like, I'm bouncing off the walls before we learned to keep still, sit still. But has anybody ever had a hard time sitting still? Yes, very much so. I fiddle with my rings. I fiddle with my earrings. It's not just because I like touching bright, shiny jewelry. But what it is going on when you guys fidget or can't sit still, your body is giving you so much awareness of the energy moving around you that's actually one of the ways for you to even be aware of it, to move it along, to help shift it and change it. Like for me, before I started acknowledging the energy that my body was giving me information about, I would twist my hair as the only way I could sit still. As a kid, it's like, sit still. So I would twist my hair. I thought it was just an odd little quirk of mine, right? That, I twist my hair. I don't know what, I didn't chew my hair or anything like that, but I did twist my hair obsessively, like tied in knots and that kind of stuff. Not like you couldn't get them done, but, like twist it around my finger and make designs. And I'm a hair artist in that. And, but it was the only way I could sit still, because it was the way of moving and shifting the energy that was all around. It was the way of acknowledging the energy that my body was communicating with me. And the more intense things were, the more I would twist my hair. And what was interesting was I could actually focus more, because like when I grew up, I'm still waiting to grow up, but when I was in corporate and I was in sales meetings, because I was working TV, right? And I was in sales meetings, I would sit there and sit on my hands and go, don't twist my hair, don't twist your hair, don't twist the hair, don't twist the hair. But the energy was still there, was still present. And so I was so distracted and by energy, by trying to not do something, that I actually missed part of the meeting. Okay. And I would begin to rock, because my body was still trying to give me this information and change things and move things, and the energy was so potent and so around. And so I would begin to rock. Okay. This is where a lot of autistic people will rock, simply because it helps to release that energy and that pressure and that almost what this reality calls overwhelming information coming in, because that's one thing about autistic people, they have so much information coming in that when they rock, it actually helps with that, which, as I'm rocking now, because we're talking about it. So funny. And so that your body is aware of this energy, you guys. Oh my gosh. And it's communicating to you. And by one of that ways is by that constant movement. So it's like, how many quirks and oddities did you have as a kid? Weird fidgets, weird twitches, there's the word, or twitches, or whatever it is. It's like, and we made this a wrongness, but actually what it is such an acute and intensity of aware of energy. Okay, so much energy is all around us all the time, and our body dissipates it, shifts it, changes it, helps it move along, little doggy, keep going, help shift and contribute to that change of energy. And your body twitching and shifting does that a lot. The very first time I did a class in Italy, they joked that I was part Italian because I talked with my hands so much. And then even as I'm talking to you on the radio show, nobody's in front of me physically, and I'm talking with my hands almost nonstop. And it's because it's one of my body's ways to help shift and change and move this energy. So start to look at those times where you can't sit still, or the motions that you do with your body, the twisting of the hair, the tapping of the jewelry, the twisting of the rings, the stomping of the foot, the shaking, rocking. What is that actually creating? Is it easing you and your body as you're communicating about all the energy? Okay. I know fidget is one that normally people look at as a way your body communicates with you, but it really is. Okay. And see, that's what I'm talking about. If you start at that acknowledging the foundational blocks, it's like you get to have more awareness of what's going on, and actually you might have more ease in your life. I know, crazy concept, ease in your life. All right, so we're going to take our quick little break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about this "are you willing" part. Okay, I know that's one, and it should be quite interesting to see what shows up for that. But are you willing to have that communication with your body? All right. This is Donnielle. You're listening to Right Body for You on Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be right back.
The life and the body you secretly hope for is possible. Somewhere you know that, right? What if creating that body and life is not about deprivation and sacrifice? Would you be willing to choose it? What if it could be as simple as changing how you look at things? Right Body for You with Donnielle is a different kind of radio show. Each week, Donnielle invites you to you. She shares simple tools that you can use immediately to create changes in your body and your life. Something different begins now. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions, or any question too large? What if you being you are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you, beingyouclass.com.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call toll-free in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8736. Or you can Skype us at Inspired Choices Network. If you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. I am your host and the voice in your head, Donnielle. Thank you for joining me now, today, in the past, in the present, and in the future. And today we're talking about 5 ways to know your body is communicating with you. You're breathing, you're hungry, you have a physical sensation, you have a pain or been uncomfortable, or you fidget. So much of this is an awareness of energy and the communication with your body. I know it's a place where oftentimes we like to make ourselves wrong. I know I was made wrong for a kid is fidgeting a lot, and I know I'm not the only one on that. And it's like, what's interesting with this is when we do that thing of like, we're a kid, we're supposed to sit still. Fidget or constant movement is bad. And then we go, okay, cool. So I have to sit still. To be a good little boy or girl, I have to sit still. So the only way for me to sit still is to cut off my awareness from being with my body, cutting off the awareness of energy, cutting off awareness, period. And so we learned that the way to function just with being able to sit still is to cut off our awareness and cut off from and separate from our body, okay? And so I get it. It can be a scary thing, which is why I'm asking, are you willing? Because if we've been taught that the way to survive and function, be a good little boy or girl, is to cut off our awareness, because then if we cut off our awareness, we can sit still, how much does that cut off our awareness of everything as well, okay? And so that's why this last part, are you willing? Are you actually willing to have that communication with your body? And not because it's going to get you something, but just because you created your body. You're in this reality. You created this body, this amazing tool of awareness. And yet we spend all this time shunning our bodies, telling it it's wrong, telling us we're wrong for having it or how it looks or acts or feels, anything like that. And so it's like, are you willing to have that communication with your body? And I get it, you guys. So often, when I first started actually communicating with my body, I was afraid of what it was going to say. And I hear this all the time in classes, you guys. I'm afraid of I don't want to listen to my body because I'm afraid it's going to be mad at me. I'm afraid of what it's going to say. It's like, so you don't want to ask the question because it's like, it's just going to be mad at me. I've done such horrible things to it over the years. I'm afraid of what it's going to say. And so I get that. It can be scary, but here's the thing. Okay, let me create some ease in your universe. I have yet to find a body that's mad at its infinite being. Okay? Because there's you, the infinite being, then there's you, your body. I have yet to find a body that's mad at an infinite being. Okay? And no, I know some of you are going to go, because she hasn't met me yet. I would actually wager a lot of money, everything I have, that your body's not mad at you. Your body doesn't actually have a point of view. And the only way you can be mad at something is to have a point of view about it. Okay? And so your body doesn't have a point of view. Your body's not mad at you. Your body is just so grateful for you for every single thing that you do. Okay? And so let me allay that fear. Let me put that fear to rest. Don't not listen to your body because you're afraid what's going to say to you. Because even the people out there are like, I know my body's mad at me. Really? Is your body mad at you, or are you mad at you? Are you mad at you for the things you think you've done to your body, the rightness of it, the wrongness of it, and everything else in between? Every single time I've talked to somebody, they're like, I know my body's mad at me. It really ends up being that they're mad at them, or mad at their parents, or mad at what they think their parents made them do, or this reality, or whatever it is. I have yet to find the body's mad at the infinite being. It's usually some outside force that we're projecting onto our bodies, because our body doesn't have a point of view. It doesn't. It doesn't. And so it doesn't harbor that anger. It doesn't harbor resentment. It doesn't harbor things that, it's like I have to earn the forgiveness of my body. Our body doesn't actually function from I'm a victim and I have to forgive you or anything like that, okay? And so please be willing to start, not even start, but be willing to acknowledge that communication with your body that you're already doing. I'm hungry, I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm breathing. When you acknowledge those foundational, fundamental things, from there, communication can be built. There's such a strength in acknowledging what you do with ease already, because we as cute little humanoids, we have this ease with it, then we go, it's a big deal. It is a big deal, you guys. It's an amazing talent, amazing capacity. It's an amazing thing that allows us to shift and change everything from there. So when you are willing to go, hey, you know what? I do talk to my body does talk to me, and I listen to it because I know I'm hungry. I know I'm cold. I know I'm hot. I am breathing. From there, things like pain can shift and change because we've already acknowledged the building blocks of communicating with your body. The things like the fidgeting can change, or you can have ease with it, or you can be like, thank you, body, for giving me the information, and let's not rock when 300 people are looking at us, okay? Whatever it is. But you can really, really start to build from there, and then recognize the other places that your body's communicating with you as well. Now, these are some very basic ones, but do that through the next little bit, okay? Acknowledge these, yes, and then also go throughout your day and see the other places that your body is actually communicating with you. I think you'd be surprised. And then it's not only about your body, you guys, because the other half of this is that you acknowledge you're listening. You're receiving that communication. Because I know a lot of people want to judge themselves for that, too. It's like, well, my body's talking, but, I never hear it, or I don't allow myself. This is this question, like, are you willing? Okay? So your body's not mad at you. Next time your body communicates with you, which is like pretty much every second, acknowledge that you're receiving it and that you're being with it, and talk any judgment that comes up, okay? And just see what that creates in your universe, okay? And let me know. I'd be curious to find out. And let me know. You can go to Donnielle.com. You can always drop me an email there, DONNIELLE.com. And while you're there, check out the the classes coming up in September. Like I said, I have the 3-day body class in Vienna, the Right Body For You workshop in Edmonton, Canada, and then the Right Body For You Tools in Action. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. And check out the informational call we did on that about giving the tours and all that kind of stuff that I have planned. It's a practical application of the Right Body For You tool, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please listen to it again and make it a fun week. Make it a happy week. Enjoy your body because it's enjoying you. And you know what? I hope to see you back here next week. Because guess what? I'll be here. And until then, have fun. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for listening to Right Body For You. Donnielle will return next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you and your body will join us. Until then, have fun.